This is one of the rare occasions where this place does not have people in it nowadays. What has it been like going from 2 years ago, Buck Night was still a thing, where you're, hey, pay $1, come see the Hawkeyes, come see NCAA tournament teams, to now on Sunday, people are going to pay $500 a pop to get in this building. What has that been like watching that happen very quickly in the grand scheme?
Yeah, you know, I think the word that keeps coming up is gratitude. You know, we've been, you know, Lisa, Jenny Fitzgerald, and myself been coaching a lot of years, way back at Drake, where you speak to any and every Rotary Club, church group, anybody that'll listen, to come and just, you know, just give your team a glance. There's few things in life as cool as watching someone chase a dream. When they're committing all their heart and soul into that, to me, that's really inspirational. And I think women have been doing that in the basketball floor for so many years because no one was really paying attention. But it never really deterred anyone. And regardless of how many people were in the stands, we wanted them, but the ultimate goal was to cut down that net. And I think that's the thing now after all these years, to really see Carver, you know, filled, to see, you know, road venues filled. It's just a moment in time, right?
So many people come to see Caitlin, or follow her numbers and do all the comparison. To see these national crews come in and find out, well, yeah, Caitlin's great, but so's the glue, so's the headband. To have them discover the other stories and the other players and the other Iowa girls, the Iowa women, that's got to be so rewarding for you.
I think that's the thing when I look back on what started last year, and I think what's carried over into this year, is I think when you have a really great team, you always have a superstar, right? Like, you know, when our Elite 8 year, that was Megan Gustafson, but she had Tania Davis as her point guard, and we had Kathleen Doyle, Hannah Stewart, you know, Mackenzie Meyer, shooter. This particular team last year, you had Caitlin. But when people came and started to watch, everybody started to see themselves as someone on that team. You were like, you know what? If I had played, I'd have been Kate. You know, I just love how she plays. Or, you know, like, maybe I'm a little reserved. I would totally be Molly. Molly just is a little quiet. She gets it done. Or like, man, I just love Gabby, you know. But this whole thing is only so fun because everybody is so into it. Last year, I mean, it just was a swell, right, that kept growing. And we didn't always know the magnitude because you're still, like, you're trying to win that next one, right? You're winning the next one. And then we have a moment like Caitlin hits the shot against Indiana, propels us through that the Big Ten tournament, and then we get to that magical run, you know, that takes us to the championship game. But it's the feel that these fans in Iowa City give us, and the ones who drive to fill it. That's what I love the most, is like, you know, sometimes people come up and they want a selfie or they want to chat, like, I'm sorry, you probably hate this. And I'm like, no, you know, I don't, because you caring has really made it so very special. But overall, I don't think anybody on this coaching staff or team will never take that for granted.
And that's one of the fun things about covering this team, is knowing that they have families. So many of them are local too, but some from out of state as well. Luke Lachey was introducing his parents to all his school friends, teammates at the team hotel earlier, and that was a super cool scene to see. But this is the hometown of Jay Higgins, and boy, they are talking him up so much around here. He was a star in high school in Indianapolis. Of course, he's having an historic year for the Hawkeyes. Now he's tied for 5th all-time with tackles in a single season, tied with tight ends coach Abdul Hodge, who you might remember was a pretty darn good linebacker in his own right, teaming up with Chad Greenway back in the mid-2000s. But his dad, Roy, maybe as popular as Jay, maybe even more so. He's got a great social media following. He is the king of Hawkeye football fans, king of Indianapolis, and we caught up with Roy shortly after we got into town today. 2021, you're here. Jay's playing some special teams, getting some snaps here and there, but 2023, your son is the captain of the Big Ten West champions, back in his hometown, playing for a conference title. I mean, that's, I imagine, the dream when you sent him off to Iowa City a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm very excited, man. He's worked so hard, done the work to put himself in this position. I'm just happy for him and his team right now to be able to be in a situation to play tomorrow in this Big Ten championship.
And he's put in the work, but he's also waited his turn too. I mean, to see him wait, and I mean, he's sitting behind Jack Campbell and guys like that. I mean, there are incredible players ahead of him. He's having an All-American season. What is it like as a father to watch him exercise the patience in a day and age where he could transfer anywhere he wants and go get that playing time right away, but he bided his time, and it's certainly paying off. What's that like watching as a dad?
Yeah, it's his ability to wait, man. That's just super mentally strong. I'll be honest, I wouldn't be able to wait. I would be one of the guys who would be transferring, but yet Jay is focused on his ultimate goal, and he knows what it takes, and he's confident and believes that Iowa is the place to get him where he needs to be, and he's very content right now in his waiting process. And now the wait is over, actually.
How many ticket requests have you gotten in the last week, 2 weeks now since they clinched the West?
Man, you will at least see like 80 of us sitting together in one section, and then there are people who are scattered all over this Lucas Oil Stadium. They're here, families here, they're coming from all over. They're calling me, bugging me, as Jay say, I bug him. They're all excited. We're just excited and happy to be here.
Boy, what a sight it's going to be to see the entire Higgins family and friends coming out of the woodwork, filling up the stands there at Lucas Oil Stadium. We've got a full interview with Roy Higgins there at the Iowa's News Now YouTube channel. We talk about Jay's family history. He is officially Roy Higgins the fourth. He says his son will be the fifth. Really cool to talk about that. And then just his recruiting to Iowa City out of here from Indianapolis. Really cool piece of trivia as well. He's fifth right now, tied for fifth in tackles in a single season with Abdul Hodge, right behind Pat Anger, who was not just a great linebacker for the Hawkeyes out of Bettendorf, played in this same stadium for the Colts too, in a pretty nice little run here in the NFL for himself. Jay will be fourth all time once he passes him, but of course, him and the Hawkeyes hoping to take a lot more than just a tackles record out of Lucas Oil. They're hoping for a Big Ten title, and that starts at 7:15 Iowa time over on Fox 28 tomorrow night. For now, we are live outside Lucas Oil Stadium. Mitch Fick, Iowa's News Now.
I did not stay long at Bob Murphy Stadium, long enough to chat up Austin Blythe and Eric Slaymaker, a couple Raider greats from back in the day. I was there long enough, though, to see something neither of them ever pulled off in their playing days. First off, Williamsburg's so scary right now, the banner broke even before they ran through it. So if that's not an omen, I don't know what is. Here we go. South Tama, 3-and-out to start, punting to Race Heitman. Don't say off to the races. Don't say off to the races. You're better than that. Be more creative. He's off to the races, folks. 52 yards. It's 7-0 Raiders right out of the gate. Ensuing South Tama drive. Third down. They're going to go to the air. And look who's there. Heitman. 20 yards, untouched, touchdown. 14-0 Williamsburg, 2:48 in. Offense still hasn't been on the field. And they stay off the field because next drive, it's Heitman again. Another pick six, 25 yards this time. Raiders mix the extra point just to prove they're fallible, so it's 20-0. Another South Tama 3-and-out. Another South Tama punt. Guess who it is? Your huddle highlight's done, bud. I don't know what else you want us to do. Drop the T, add the S. Race Heisman, folks. 44 yards. Nobody close to tackling him on any of these. South Tama even jumped. Look at the ref. He's going to say, ran past him. Declined the penalty. It's a score. 4 touchdowns in 7:07 for Heitman. Raiders roll to a 61-6 homecoming win. And again, Race Heitman, just copy and paste that into any recruiting videos you need to send out. Williamsburg 5-0, heading to Fairfield in week 6. South Tama heading back home against Grinnell next Friday.